Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah.
What's the story with that? I'm seeing that. What is
the story with that?
Do you know?
I can go.
All right, so-
Go ahead.
Can you pull it up? Can you pull up the story?
Yeah, so this
Oh,
is
it's about
from
COVID, right? Go ahead, sorry.
It's from
Well-
I think yesterday actually, 2 days ago.
Cool.
Aaron Rodgers finally explains his vaccination status in a wild interview.
Okay, well, we got to have a... So
Yeah, so what's the backstory?
so basically, I mean, one of you guys should do it, or I can give you a bastardization.
I mean,
You do it.
Both.
All right, from what I understand, I mean, I don't even really know what team this... Okay, basically, so he had at one point said that he was immunized, and then it came out that he had recently got COVID, and it came out that basically he was taking treatment tips from Joe Rogan, and actually his vaccination status tips from Joe Rogan. You know, basically, and doing various treatments, that some that are easy to afford in terms of depending on where you can get your vermectin dealer. But then some being like the mono whatever kind of, I forget the whatever treatment being like thousands of dollars. So it's a kind of a, to me, it becomes a question of like privilege and the fact that you're probably going to be fine, and also just kind of lying to people you're around in terms of. But also, I feel like it almost feels like he's kind of falsifying. I don't know. I mean, to me, I don't know. To me, it feels like it's a point of privilege. To me, that basically you can not have it, but then get treatment. The only treatment that you're able to get that is actually a proven treatment is it costs more than what most people could ever pay or get a hold of.
Jay, what do you have right now? And can you please also pull up the NFL's rules about vaccination? We talked about this
He's
while
gonna be out
back
for like 10
before
days, I
football
think.
season started. We talked about this.
The
NFL has rules.
But it's 2 days. Basically, if you get if you test positive for COVID and you were vaccinated, it's like
we're gonna slow walk. We're gonna slow walk this month.
All right, let's slow walk it.
So, the
my
article
slow
you
walking
got on
shoes.
Aaron Rodgers, please.
So this is a CNN article about Aaron Rodgers, and I'm having trouble finding an older one because like it's all
There's
just
so
new
much stuff.
yeah.
But apparently, like recently, he said, "I realize I'm in the crosshairs of the woke mob right now. So before my final nail gets put in my cancel culture casket, I think I would like to set the record straight on so many the blatant lies that are out there."
Does he go on to just quote like MLK right out the gates about like some weird kind of like digital lynching or something? Like he gets into some
he's
kind of Clarence Thomas.
Aaron
He jumps
Rodgers-
right in there. I'm like,
Jackass.
okay, Mr. Rogers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mr. Rogers.
you know
has
what
one-
the
like,
thing about
pulling
this?
like, dude, it blows me away.
Calm
Is the way this
down,
thing goes
motherfucker.
down.
Aaron
Right.
Rodgers, calm
Yeah,
down.
just settle down.
Calm down, Aaron Rodgers.
Stay on the field, dude.
Dumbass.
Stay out of the sky, bro.
Jackass.
He went on to say, "I'm not an anti-vax flat earther, but he's a critical thinker."
That's a Kyrie shot.
Yeah.
He
Absolutely.
threw a shot at Kyrie Irving right there, which is a connection I want to make. Go
Yeah.
on.
Rodgers added he has been following the strict NFL protocols for unvaccinated players to a T. Rodgers described the daily testing he is subjected to every day, even on off days, and believes the rules are in place to shame unvaccinated people. Rodgers said he has been tested over 300 times before testing positive this week. Rodgers said he experienced some mild symptoms for roughly 48 hours, but currently feels really good. He wasn't certain when he would return to the field or what protocols were in place for him now that he's tested positive for the novel coronavirus.
And
Let's see.
I think that
And
it's like 10 days or something. They have
he
to.
goes-
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah. Oh, but he says, I consulted with a now good friend of mine, Joe Rogan, after he got COVID. I've got a lot of the stuff he recommended in his
best part.
podcast on the phone to me. I'm going to have the best immunity possible now based on the 2.5 million people study from Israel, that people that get COVID and recover have the most robust immunity. I'm thankful for people like Joe stepping up and using his voice. I'm thankful for my medical squad and thankful for the love and support I've gotten. And I've been taking monoclonal antibodies.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. That's the only one that's proven is an actual, like, to actually help with it because you're getting the
yeah.
antibodies. But it costs thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So it's really expensive. So it's like, oh, okay, bro, cool, you can afford this, and you're basically also kind of putting out there that you should be skeptical. It's like, I don't know. It feels very much out of privilege.
You wanna
Like,
hear
When
the
I
other
heard
four
Joe Rogan, I
wait,
heard
things
Ja
he's
all
taking?
right, sorry. What? Continue.
The other 4 things he's taking
Why
are
do you hold on like
ivermectin,
this?
zinc, vitamin C, and DHCQ.
He,
So ivermectin, zinc, vitamin C, and
Hey, Apollo, what you got on this? I'm dying to hear what you have.
Yeah.
Bruh. Nah, and honestly, like I want to keep what I have to say about it short, but let me just go chronologically because it's like, where do I start? So let's just go fucking chronologically. The most notable or the most obvious tell that Aaron Rodgers gave us was 2 or 3 weeks ago. There was an incident where he got a touchdown in Chicago against the Bears. Somebody said something to him, and he was like, "I own you motherfuckers," or some shit. He like did like a gesture or some shit. He said something about
Chicago?
which is sports.
That's sports.
This was in
It's
Chicago,
still
and this is
Chicago.
Don't
sports.
say rowdy shit.
I wouldn't say them
Right.
in Chicago.
No.
I feel you.
Okay,
Nah,
anyway,
Aaron
continue.
Rodgers.
Just continue. I'm
Don't say
sorry.
rowdy shit in sports.
Aaron Rodgers will fucking do that shit. I mean, and this
would
is
not
this
say
is
that
the
Chicago.
thing. Is like I actually get he gave us a hint at that point. He did that. ESPN and all the fucking sports, and they don't have shit to talk about sometimes, so they just want to bring up the drama side of shit. So they kind of tried to drum up some drama, which I think was kind of a reach. And Aaron Rodgers is like, "Look, man, like I don't fuck with all this woke culture shit. Like I'm fucking Aaron Rodgers. I'm just out here trying to win some fucking football games or some shit." Basically, that was the vibe he was trying to give off.
Yeah.
So
Woke culture.
that was kind of our first hint, I think, to where this shit was going. And it's like, and there's gonna be some sort of drama around the COVID shit because it fucking always is. And personally, I think that the NFL and ESPN and all these fucking everybody that profits from the whole like sports ecosystem loves this shit because it's very fun. That's the what'd you call it for wrestling?
The oh shit.
The oh shit.
Oh shit.
Right.
Oh, shit.
So there's an oh shit to this where it's like, all right, this motherfucker said he was immunized. And look, when you see the videos, bro.
Immunized.
Right, and like,
No,
I
but
saw a
to
video
him-
of this motherfucker saying he was immunized. He said that shit so fucking quiet. He was like, yeah, I'm immunized. Like, so fucking, you could just tell, like, his body language. Like, he was kind of like, I wish y'all motherfuckers wouldn't ask me about this shit. So, this shit happens, and then it comes out that, like, he's not vaccinated or whatever. And it's pretty fucking clear. Like, I don't think it's super complicated what the fuck happened. Like, he was saying that he felt how he felt. He didn't really want to be confrontational necessarily. Yeah. And he said what he said, which was clearly intentionally misleading. And then this shit happens, which is pretty much the shit hitting the fan at a direct 90 fucking degree angle.
So he actually, because he got COVID.
Because he fucking
But
tested
he
positive.
was trying to say that he was around, everybody was around was vaccinated, and he had probably done some sort of vitamin treatment or something.
Jake,
so he felt like
Did
his.
you find I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Did you find the NFL rules?
Oh yeah.
Can you read them?
Mm-hmm. So there's 4 rules. The new NFL protocol. So vaccinated individuals who test positive and are asymptomatic will be isolated, and contact tracing will promptly occur. Oh, sorry. The positive individual will be permitted to return to duty after 2 negative tests at least 24 hours apart. After that, they will be tested every week or as directed by the medical staffs. And finally, vaccinated individuals will not be subject to quarantine as a result of close contact with an infected person.
What do you think after hearing that?
Well, but beyond that, it was if you're not vaccinated, then you're supposed to be out for like 10 days or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't right.
And like you lose games.
Yeah, because so everybody that was unvaccinated that was in contact with him. So that's what we talked whenever this was going to happen. Was that the reason why they were so heavy about these laws is that you're basically fucking around with like tens of millions of dollars getting traded between like merchandise and everything else at the at that place, or the different deals with whatever U2T whatever it is. So you're just like fucking with a lot of people's money. So that's why they have those rules in place. But it's also why, like, I think it gets into the same thing we were kind of talking about with Kyrie, where it's like, man, you signed up to do this and be a part of your team and to win and be there for your city and to be, but you also just being misleading. It's a point of being like, I'm probably fine because I have all these people that are not they're vaccinated. Right. But then you also see that he mentions also that there are people that got COVID even though they're vaccinated. And I think that's what he realizes. He probably got it from somebody that just like me. I got it and I was vaccinated, and I can also pass it on. So he probably had somebody that was close to him that got it that was vaccinated, and he kind of was pissed off that it happened because he thought he could basically skirt the rules.
Regardless of how, though.
Okay, yeah, but I don't mean to get
like to your point about Kyrie. He's taking shots at Kyrie very clearly. Because this is the thing. Aaron Rodgers, the thing that I kind of like about him that other people don't like is, like, the dude has balls. I don't just mean on the field, but, like...
He's also a bad motherfucker.
Right. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he'll say what the fuck. Like, he's not necessarily... He's not, like, trying to be an edgelord, like, trying to step on toes and shit directly necessarily.
He's an all-timer. Like, he's amazing.
Yeah, like
I'm not even gonna cast aspersions on this man.
Yeah,
and,
like sports side aside. Because I'm not even gonna get started.
In terms of how his media persona is.
No, as far as like
here's the thing.
Okay, but what you were saying is an orator, or
right? And for the record, before I say this, like everybody's been on Tom Brady's fucking dick this year. And Tom Brady is a great quarterback.
He's the GOAT, bro.
Tom Brady is a great quarterback, but
he's the GOAT.
But I can show you some footage, and I'm gonna actually send you some footage. Tom Brady has had a lot of help.
I'm sure he has
from refs,
Michael
everything
Jordan
else.
had a bunch of help. Yo,
that's true, but I don't even want to go down that. I don't even want to go down that side.
Who wins by themselves?
Other
than Mahomes.
Right.
Not in football.
I say that to say this about Aaron Rodgers.
What was it?
Aaron Rodgers on his best day is peerless, except for maybe 2 or 3 other quarterbacks ever, and Tom Brady is not one of them in my book. Aaron Rodgers on his best day is as good as Tom Brady at throwing the ball, but also better at running.
He's better at throwing the ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't even make that argument. Yes, I agree.
Aaron Rodgers is a laser.
So, but beside the sports side of it,
all right.
You taking shots at Kyrie, you clearly, purposely were nebulous in your phrasing of your status.
Okay, nebulous.
You know what I'm saying? Nice. You were intentionally nebulous in the way that you phrased what the fuck was up. Kyrie was straight up with it.
Oh, that's what that would.
So you're taking shots at this person that was straightforward when you were clearly on some
like a little
right.
But it did take Kyrie longer to clarify once under fire.
True, because everybody's talking about the shit, and they're like, what the fuck is up with this guy? And then he finally spoke up for himself, which I'm glad he did. Like, just say what the fuck's on your mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least we know where you stand. I don't necessarily agree. But I had a lot more respect for Kyrie after he said it.
Yeah.
I still have respect. Like, I can understand and identify with Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Like, I don't really give a fuck what y'all talking about. Like, I'm just gonna be me and play football.
The fact he's firing off shots at the same time, it's kind of like,
I think he clearly did some fuck shit in this situation.
I think not only did he do fuck shit, he knew he was doing fuck shit. Right? If you
would have got shot by the fuck shit cops.
The woke mob.
Be like, why didn't he just not do fuck shit?
Well,
it's like I don't like the police, but if I go to the police station right now and graffiti the fucking police station, that's just me being a dick and not doing anything productive towards my cause of like police reform or abolishment or whatever the fuck I believe in. That's what this shit is. He's just like he's being defiant of this shit, and it's not productive at all. He's just being a dick.
I feel 2 ways about this Aaron Rodgers shit. On one side, I feel like if you don't want to get the job, then you should just be like, you know what? I don't want to do that shit, so I'm not going to do that shit.
Right.
And if people want to work with you, then they will work with you. And if people don't want to work with you, then you just got to wear that. This motherfucker
was dishonest.
He did some dishonest, underhanded ass shit.
Like, I think
Kyrie Erving did something I disagree with. but he didn't do anything underhanded.
Yeah.
Thank
He wasn't on some like.
I'd work with.
I'm immunized.
I would still work with
The
somebody
fuck?
that didn't get the jab, but I wouldn't want to work with somebody that was dishonest to me like that shit.
Right.
Dog,
If you're just gonna say that and not care what my what's going on with me and my family, like 'cause I know people that can't get the shot,
So
because of health reasons. So it's very like fuck you, man.
That's
Yeah.
very negligent.
Like-
I
Very
think that there are
negligent.
people
Yeah.
who take a certain attitude
Yeah.
towards this pandemic that we've experienced over the last like year and a half, 2 years, and those people, some of them take shit lightly, and whether or not they are right, you basically have to think about how does the way that I'm living impact other people. If you only think of yourself, then you are selfish.
Right. My immune system is fine. Like, maybe it is, bruh. Like, real shit.
Yeah,
but,
like,
like,
that's
damn,
besides
like,
the
you ain't got
fucking
no,
point,
you don't
yeah.
have a grandma.
He was-
like, motherfucker, you don't have a.
Other human beings.
Yeah, but-
And if you're
on the face of the
a
earth.
sport, if you're a professional athlete, you're being around all kinds of fucking people,
Rest
and you don't
assured.
know
Well-
what
Come in
those
contact.
people like. This motherfucker might be fixing your ankle to like at 2 p.m. and at 8 p.m. they're taking care of their ailing fucking grandmother or some shit. You don't know.
That's
like
a good
it's
point,
true.
man. Yeah.
all of these people, that's bound
Yeah.
to be somebody's situation.
Yeah.
If you, especially if you're
What do
Aaron
they-
fucking Rodgers, you're Aaron fucking Rodgers.
You're Captain America.
Well,
You
You're
like
fucking
you know how many
Captain
fucking
America.
people Aaron Rodgers has to see every fucking day. I'm sure he's tired of this shit,
At
and I
least
get it.
fucking
But it's
50
like this
people
is
a
this
day.
is like some irresponsible ass shit, bro. Like at least
Very
be
negligent.
straight up with what the fuck you doing.
Very negligent.
what I find the most annoying about that though is that he wanted to say I'm not one of these flat earthers. I
They irk me too, bro.
I'm a free think. I'm a critical thinker. I'm a think. But if you're Aaron Rodgers, you could have access to the real info. I mean, there's reasons why certain things are. So he mentions the Israel study and whatnot. And there's a few things that people cite that gets debunked at a certain point. There was a Harvard study that basically showed that, that basically if you are vaccinated, it's better than if you got COVID and you know what I mean. Like
Yep.
I had COVID
Agreed.
and then I got vaccinated and then I got COVID. I'm better off. But like you can get COVID and then just never heal or have some other things where you're just never better. Like so it outweighs. So it's just that's disinformation. Sometimes people will mention about blood type, and that was an early thing out of China, but they found that was. It had nothing to do with whether you had worst case of it due to your blood type. That's false. There's a bunch of stuff people use. It's like I'm immunized because everybody around me is safe. But he believed that if you're vaccinated, you're not supposed to ever contract it. So whenever that wasn't true, it was almost like it proved that it was bullshit to get vaccinated because look, this person got it. But it's like, but then if you're vaccinated, you're much less likely to go to. You're like a fifth as likely to go to the hospital.
Or
Yeah.
Or die in the
Or
hospital.
die.
Less than that from what I've seen.
It's one out of like 10.
It's like at least 90%.
Yeah.
At least 90, which is better than.
So they're just peddling the wrong
was
information.
anticipated,
You're a
yeah.
critical thinker, but you don't even do. You
It's
have
like-
access to exactly the right
It's
information.
like
It's not
studying
like
for
the
a
fuck is
test
wrong with you.
versus
Well,
opting for a
like-
pop quiz.
Right.
Like with Kyrie, at least he wasn't talking about the validity of the virus, more about the fact that they were being forced, and he was
Right,
kind of
he
like
was
and so
standing up
you
more
kind
so
of-
for the
for labor,
mandate
which I
aspect
can
of
kind
it
of
in his mind.
There's a kind of a semi-righteous. I could see, even though it's a weird hill. I don't know, but this was just like, motherfucker,
also,
don't act like
I
you
don't
think for yourself. I did my own research. Do your own
Right.
research, and fuck you.
I think that everybody should have the option about what they put in their body, right?
Right.
Though I am vaccinated, though I believe other people should get vaccinated because I believe in modern medicine, and relatively recently people used to die when they got diarrhea.
Right. Exactly.
So I get it, and I'm fine with modern medicine, and cool, bro. I also am a black person, and I know that people did raggedy shit to black people through
Not that
fucking
long
the
ago,
pharmacological
too. Yep.
system relatively recently.
Yep.
More recently, in fact, the
Right.
diarrhea death.
Yeah.
And that's
Shout
see,
out,
that's the thing. It's
hashtag
like I
Tuskegee.
completely,
But-
yeah, exactly.
but-
I completely get that side of it.
But I don't think that it is in anyone's best interest for a bunch of people to be afraid to go outside. So I do believe that somebody, regardless of where the shit came from, has put forth a concerted effort to make sure that shit goes away or is at least manageable. Right?
Yeah.
Now, one part of me is like, damn, Resident Evil, the reality.
The Umbrella edition. Yeah. Give me that shit.
The other part of me is like, nobody wants that.
Right.
So I assume people put their foot in this. I assume. Now, you can make an ass out of you and me. And
put your foot in that ass.
So you got to put your foot in something. And if you're trying to go back outside and, like, have an actual life where people are buying things from you and, like, participating in society in a way that is not horrible and will result in unrest. People being stuck at home all the time. Not everybody can work from home. This shit will result in unrest, and then niggas is, like, purge all the time.